And welcome to 2027. It is opening day here in 2027 between the Cincinnati Reds and the San Francisco Giants. And of course, this game, man, for one, the Reds aren't at home for opening day. Ridiculous in its own right. For two, we are the world champions and we are not playing at home. It does not make sense. It makes zero sense, but it's fine. We'll do banner night later this year, I guess. I think we have a road trip. We go to from San Francisco, I think, to Arizona, and then I think we're home against Philadelphia after that. It's a ridiculous start to the year. But anyways, we'll get to our opening home stretch. I believe Nick Lodolo will be on the mound, but we are here at Oracle Park for game number 1 of 2027, and the Giants have already played 2 games. They got the Korea series where they played 2 games, I believe, against the San Diego Padres, and they lost both of them. So instead of seeing their number 1 starter, who is not Blake Snell anymore, I'll be honest, I don't know who the number 1 starter is in San Francisco anymore, but we're going to see Kyle Harrison, who's a lefty, who's their number 3 guy in their rotation. Here are the projections this season. Benson's supposed to lead the team in average and OPS, De La Cruz in home run, RBI, and WAR, and then Esteury Ruiz in stolen bases. We'll see how that turns out. If I had guessed, I think Bryce Harper is going to be in there somewhere. Maybe probably Bryce Harper. I can see Benson. I don't know about Ellie leading the team in home runs and RBI because, he has a really good start to the season like he always does, and then he kind of just falls off a cliff. We'll see, though. Here's 2027 with the reigning world champions, the Cincinnati Reds. Kyle Harrison gets the start tonight, 3.53 ERA. He is a lefty, so that means Esteury Ruiz is in the lineup instead of Xavier Isaac. Harper will be playing first base like he has for the last season, and of course, Esteury Ruiz will be in center field. McLean leads us off, and here is your Reds lineup. It goes McLean, Friedel, Harper, Steer, Tucker, De La Cruz, Benson, Langeliers, and Esteury Ruiz. Obviously, we have new bench pieces as well as Friedel strikes out. I'm looking at Josh Bell, Joey Gallo, Tyler Stevenson's back. We're going to see these guys as we move on here in 2027 as Kyle Harrison's going to get a 1-2-3. And here is your Cy Young. Hunter Green, 3.35 ERA, coming off a World Series year and a Cy Young year all in one. Green's got to be on top of the world, and he will get the Giants tonight. And San Francisco was not very good last season, so we're hoping that we can just come in here and win on the road in the Bay Area. It is ridiculous that, we are not at home, but we got to go out here and win this game as Hunter Green will go and match Kyle Harrison's 1-2-3 inning by getting one of his own in the bottom of the first. Here's Spencer Steer to start off the top of the second, ripping one into right center field. Steer has himself an extra base, knocking a triple. We know what he does against left-handed pitching. Spencer Steer's on third base with a triple to lead off the inning. And now Kyle Tucker hits one back up the middle. It will get through. Tucker with an RBI single. Just like that, the Reds have scored their first run of 2027, and they're up 1-0. Let's see if we can add on, though. Ellie De La Cruz again doesn't do his best work against left-handed pitching. Will fly out into right field. One gone for Will Benson, lefty-lefty matchup. And Benson will fly out into left. That one's going to be caught up there by Elliot Ramos. We'll have 2 gone now for Shea Langeliers on the 3-2 pitch runner going. Shouldn't have swung, but it's fine. We move on to the bottom of the second. Emmanuel Valdez leading things off for the Giants. He will go on that slider. Strikeout for Hunter Green. Blake Sabol up. He'll strike out. He had a very good series in Korea, but he will strike out to start this stateside regular season. And I'm surprised Dominic Smith is still in the MLB, but he will ground out to Ellie De La Cruz, the classic defensive first baseman who hits for contact. Anyways, Esteury Ruiz with a good start to his season, lining one into left field. He will now look to swipe second base, and oh wow, great throw by the catcher in Sabol, as now Matt McLean comes up and will ground one out to the shortstop over in Marco Luciano. A lot of new names on this Giants team, of course, Luciano not one of them, but TJ Friedel flies one deep left field. I thought that ball had more carry, honestly. I don't know. Hopefully we don't run into a World Series hangover here, because a lot of these guys were balling out in the World Series into the postseason. Oh my goodness, Spencer Steer. Definitely not him, though. A triple and then a barehanded play to throw out the runner at first. Oh man. I hope we can get going against Kyle Harrison here. I mean, we have 1 run through 3 innings, but thankfully we have a guy in Hunter Green who is coming out here and going 9 straight no hit. 9 straight batters, that is. I wish he went 9 straight innings. We'll see. Still no hits for the Giants tonight, as Bryce Harper will ground out to kick off the top of the 4th. Steer hits one hard to short, but the play is made by Luciano. We'll have 2 outs now for the 5 spot in Kyle Tucker. 1-2 offering. Tucker will get popped out in a fastball. Over to take it will be the shortstop again in Marco Luciano. So we're probably going to need more than 1 run, but, Hunter Green's doing his thing. He'll get Luis Matos to ground out to Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie to Bryce. 1 out for Akil Badu on the 1-2. Badu chops one at Matt McClain, though. What a play! Getting that one over in the hole. We'll have 2 gone now for Wilmer Flores on the 3-2 pitch. Flores will take ball 4 on the slider away. First base runner of the night for San Francisco, but Emmanuel Valdez went out strikeout and a changeup. 4 no-hit innings for Hunter Green. To the top of the 5th, Ellie De La Cruz tries to pull that fastball, however, just doesn't get all of it. That ball's going to be caught out there by Ramos. We've got 1 out for Will Benson. It's a lefty-lefty matchup against Kyle Harrison, and Benson will just get flied out into left field again over to Elliot Ramos. Shea Langoliers on the 1-1 pitch. He had 2 hits in the World Series, and that's it. And here he is going to fly out into center field. That play will be made by the center fielder over in Luis Matos. To the bottom of the 5th. Oh, okay. The Giants finally get their run. Blake Sabol gonna mash one off of the foul pole against Hunter Green. Of course, his first of the season goes 378 feet, and the San Francisco Giants have now tied this game at 1 run apiece. Dom Smith now comes up. He's gonna fly one into right center. Esteury Ruiz will call off Kyle Tucker. You're gonna have your first out the inning right there. Thairo Estrada now comes up, and he just gets around one, and it's gonna get down the left. Estrada is going to be on with a 1-out single, bringing Luciano to the plate on the 1-1 pitch. He flies one into deep left. Nothing Friedel can do but watch. And the San Francisco Giants, don't look now, have taken a 3-1 lead. Wow. Didn't expect that, I'll be honest. So the Reds now find themselves down 2 runs in their first game after winning the World Series. Ramos is going to get grounded out over to Spencer Steer. We'll have 2 outs now for Luis Matos, and he'll strike out looking on a slider. So we now move on to the top of the 6th. We've got to get things going at the plate. That 1 run by Steer and Tucker is not going to cut it. Ruiz strikes out. McClain flies out into center. And, you know, we'll see what TJ Friedel does here, but we might be down to our final 9 outs. Okay, thankfully not. Friedel's going to walk, as Bryce Harper will come up to the plate, and they bring in Taylor Rogers, the lefty, to see him. Lefty-lefty matchup. Let's see what Bryce can do. 2-2 pitch. Harper strikes out. Rogers gets the better of him with the slurve. So exactly, the Reds are down to their final 9 outs, and we need 2 runs down to the lowly San Francisco Giants. And speaking of Bay Area teams, we will see the Athletics once again this season, and now they are in Las Vegas. So we will play the A's this season in Vegas. Just wait for that, as we're going to turn a double play here on Emmanuel Valdez. It's an easy grounder to Ellie De La Cruz. He'll turn it as we go on to the top of the 7th. Spencer Steer, no luck against this lefty. He'll fly out into center. We'll have 1 out for the 5 spot Kyle Tucker. He's 1 for 2, and Tuck lines one, but to no avail. Straight to Estrada. Here comes Ellie De La Cruz, and he will strike out. So Rogers has gone 1 1/3. We have 6 outs remaining, as Gregory Soto, who pitched a 1.79 ERA last season, will get the bottom of the 7th. He'll come in and he'll walk Blake Sabol. Here comes Dominic Smith. He will fly one into right field. Kyle Tucker charging in. Tucker has got it, and I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, I don't understand what the runner was doing at first, but we're going to double him up, and now Thairo Estrada is just going to tap one back to Shea Langoliers. So we will turn the double play unconventionally and then get the 3rd out. And look who is the setup man for San Francisco. We mentioned it in the offseason. Here's Alexis Diaz. He'll be pitching 8th innings for the Giants because they just signed David Bednar from the Pirates, who of course is the new closer. Diaz will get Benson to fly out. Shea Langoliers will hit one, but straight to the second baseman in Estrada. That ball had absolutely no juice on it. 2 down. Esteury Ruiz in the 1-2 pitch. He looks silly. Alexis Diaz does his job against his former team, and look who will make his debut here on opening day. DeAndre Wilder. And he comes in and walks Marco Luciano. But the former closer, now really just turned into a traditional reliever, will now get his first out by getting that fly out of Elliot Ramos into left field. So we will have 1 out for the top of the order. Luis Matos in the 1-2. Matos grounds one to Matt McClain. Runner holds up because the ball is coming towards him, so we'll get the out at second. Runner beats it out at first. 2 gone. Akil Badu on the 2-2. And okay, Wilder gets his first ever strikeout. Save the baseball. But now we got business to take care of, right? David Bednar, here he is. He was the reliever of the year in both 2025 and 2026. Crazy stuff out of him. 1.45 ERA last season. He'll get McClain to ground out to start the inning off. We will now get TJ Friedel to the plate. It's a 1-1 pitch. I haven't done this with Friedel, but we're going to bunt, and I think it's going to work. Bednar takes a while to get the baseball, and yeah, Friedel's on first. Because we want a runner on for Bryce Harper, but Harper can't pull the trigger on strike 3. So I'm going to pull Spencer Steer for Joey Gallo. We need a home run. Let's do it, Joey. Oh, he strikes out. I probably should have kept Steer in there if I'm being honest. Like, Steer at the home run right in game 5, that 2-run shot instead. And that was against a righty too. I gave the shot to Gallo, lefty, righty, you know, big power. Really looking to tie this game. We couldn't get it. It's fine. Again, it's game 1 of 162. It's a very long season. It hurts though. We can't win on opening day. We lose to a team who only had 3 hits, right? We only had 4 in our own right, but we only scored 1 run. It does hurt a little bit, but it's fine. Again, it's a long season. It's opening day. The Reds will be definitely fine this season. I think we will definitely be in a spot to contend at the end of the season and hopefully win the NL Central. So, folks, thank y'all for watching episode 59, of the Cincinnati Reds franchise mode here on MLB The Show 24 and opening day 2027. Make sure to hit that like button down below if you are enjoying the series. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you are enjoying the channel. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.